Let me show you how nothing falls off your record. First thing you all see this young lady, Melissa Griffin. First of all, thank you all for tuning in to this broadcast. And I pray you all share this information with someone you know who can use it. Okay. This young lady is currently in jail. Let's go to her summary page right here. This is just one of the things she's currently in jail for, failure to ID to a police officer. But let me tell you what's the biggest charge she has right now. We're going to go to her criminal history and we're going to look at this charge right here. Theft, less than 2,500, two or more previous convictions, felony. Okay? Now, this is active as of May 21, 2024. But let's take a walk down her record because I want you all to see this for yourselves. We're going to go down, we're going to go to the first time she was ever booked into the Harris County Jail, and that was in November of 1987. That was the first time she was ever booked into the Harris County Jail, and her charge was theft, $20 to $200. You all see this. At the time in 1987, I'm going to take you all back just a moment to her summary. She was born July the 10th, 1967. So that means when she was booked into jail in 1987, she was 20 years old. As of today, she's 57 years old and she's actively in the Harris County Jail at this very moment. Okay. And the reason I point this out is because I want you all to see in over 30 years, this is still on her record. More than anything, I want you all to see how easy it is to get caught up in this system and have a lifetime sentence because minor charges such as, let's go back to the criminal history, minor charges such as a misdemeanor theft from 1987 can stay on your criminal record. And when it does not get removed, because the state of Texas does not remove records unless you petition to have charges removed. It stays. So that means let's just walk with Melissa's life story right here for a moment. Initially charged with theft in let's go again, 1987. And let's look into her record. Let's look into this charge really quick. I want to show you all something. Okay. Look right here. She received deferred adjudication probation. So, for everyone who still thinks that when they receive deferred adjudication, when they complete it, that it will fall off or automatically disappear off of their records, it does not. As you all can see, deferred adjudication, and it's still on her record from November the 10th, 1987. Now, let's go back stand by 1 second. We're going to go back to her criminal history. Okay, back at her criminal history. Now, that's 1987. Theft, as simple as this theft was, she was placed on, again, deferred adjudication for it. It never left her record. Still right here, never left her record. So then she probably was not able to get a job and then she's just 20 years old at this time. And one thing I failed to say about her theft, she was placed on deferred adjudication, but when I looked into the record, she didn't complete it because she couldn't pay the fine. She could not pay for her fines. If she got caught stealing from $20 to $200. Why would she be placed on deferred adjudication, knowing that if she was already stealing this small amount of money, how would she be able to make her monthly payments, her monthly fees? It's just a setup for failure. Let's go to 1990, October 1990. Again, theft, another theft, $20 to 200. Okay, then let's go to December. No, let's go to 1997. Another theft. And I know people who are not compassionate would say that, well, she's just a thief. No, she's not just a thief. If she's stealing these small amounts of money, she's not just a thief. I see this all the time when I look at people records, how when they were young and they get caught up in a system at a very young age, between that fragile age between 17 and like 22 years old, they get caught up, they get offenses on their records that they never can get off of them. Then the doors are shut to them. They can't get jobs. They can't get in college because 9 times out of 10, they're going to have to apply for some type of financial aid. And when a criminal background check is done, their financial aid is denied, especially if it's a theft. So let's go on. Let's go on. And forgive me if I sound irritated, but I am, because if we just walk her record, here's another theft, her third theft. Now, they could have stopped right here and helped her out with some type of program. She could have been made available to some type of program to help her where she was, but nope, it continued. 1997, 1999. This is another thing I see. Well, here's a forgery. Theft usually leads to forgery. And if you don't have a job and you keep getting arrested and you find yourself in this terrible cycle, then it leads to this: possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, felony. I could go in and look and see what this possession this is, but it may be a cocaine, it may be a crack. Who's to say? I could go in. As a matter of fact, let's go in and look at it real quick, because I don't want to say anything about this young lady that's not true. We're going to look at the image and see exactly what it was that. Let's see. It is cocaine. Right here. See if I can make this a little larger for you all. Excuse me. This is the complaint. And right there, you can see it's cocaine. And this is what usually happens. Now let's go back to her record. Stand by for me with me just a second. Okay. Now we were looking at the possession, then possession 2001, from 1999 to 2001. Then not only was she trying to sustain her life or herself from the early thefts, the thefts led to forgery. The criminal record led to possession, because now you're in a mental cycle of just bad circumstances. So now it leads to drugs. Now you're on drugs, so you have to continue to be able to get the drug you need. So it leads into prostitution. Here's a prostitution charge. Here's another prostitution. And again, years back, the system could have stepped in to help this young lady when she was a young lady. Now she's getting older. Now she's gone from now it's gone from the thefts to possession of a controlled substance, which was cocaine. Now we're at prostitution. Prostitution again, 3 charges. of prostitution. Then we are at theft again. Now, this is theft by check, all the way up to $20,000, which was a felony. Again, all these thefts could have been stopped way back here, but now we're here. Then we have another theft, and it's a theft. It's a third offense, and this is in 2005. Now, here's a third offense of theft, which is a felony from 2005. But instead of getting her the help she need, here we are, here we go. Then here's 2006, and then here's prostitution again in 2008, felony prostitution. A fraud case, felony fraud. Then there's another theft by check, failure to identify. Now we're up to 2019. We did 2018, 2009, all this time. And you all may say, why didn't she seek help? When people find themselves in this type of cycle, it's so hard to see a way out. It is so hard to see a way out unless someone steps in and lend a helping hand. Now, here it is. Right now, that she's actively in jail. 2021. Excuse me. Well, this is still active from 2021. Here's a theft. 2 or more previous convictions. This don't even make sense at this point, because out of all the convictions she's received, this couldn't be just 2 or more at this point. It has to be what, you all, at least 7. Okay, but we're going to keep going up. And now her bond, this is a $30,000 bond, $15,000 bond, $60,000 bond. And again, this is theft 2 or more previous convictions. And now this started when she was 20 years old. Now she is 57 years old, and in front of her at this point, she is probably going to do TDC time. When someone could have seen this years ago and stepped in to help this young lady, it's terrible. It's terrible, and it's unsettling. You all listen. And I assist in Harris County with the criminal record expungement and sealing. But this is a Texas law, and this is a Texas issue. If you know someone who has even ever been arrested, especially in Harris County, please send this video to them and let them know that, especially if they're young, I'm going to say under 25 years old, tell them to take the steps now. If they have any charges on their record, or if they don't know what charges are on their records, to seek out the information. They could easily get in touch with me. All my information is right here, and it will definitely be in the description in the notes, so we can find out what's on their criminal record. So this will not be their life story. So we can help right now at ground zero, at this level, before it gets to this level. And again, now she's 57 years old, and she's about to do TDC time. Okay. All right, legal gangsters. This is Sean Lacey, aka Miss Officer, and I'm signing out. You will have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.